Imagine a software team with 20 developers. Every developer is writing code. Someone changes the login system. Someone else changes the database. Another developer updates the front end. And another developer fixes a security issue. Now imagine that every time someone makes a change, developers have to manually build the application, run tests, package everything, move files to a server, configure the server, and finally release the application. This can quickly become slow, repetitive, and error-prone. And that's where CI/CD comes in. CI/CD automates much of the process of moving software from code to production. In this crash course, you'll learn what CI and CD mean, how a CI/CD pipeline works, Git and source control, builds, automated testing, artifacts, deployment, environments, approvals, rollback, CI/CD tools. Let's get started.
What is CI/CD?
Let's start with the two letters that matter most. CI, continuous integration. CD, continuous delivery or continuous deployment. Continuous integration means developers frequently integrate their code changes into a shared code repository. Every time code changes, an automated process can build the application, run tests, check code quality, and identify problems early. The goal is simple: find problems as soon as possible. Now CD, continuous delivery, means the software is automatically prepared and made ready for release. A human may still approve the production deployment. Continuous deployment goes one step further. When the automated checks pass, the application can be deployed to production automatically. So a simple way to remember it is CI equals build and test. Continuous delivery equals prepare for release. Continuous deployment equals automatically release.
The big picture.
Let's visualize a typical CI/CD pipeline. A developer writes code. The developer pushes the code to Git. The CI/CD pipeline starts. The application is built. Automated tests run. The application is packaged. The package is stored. The application is deployed. Production is monitored. So the basic pipeline looks like code, build, test, package, deploy, monitor. This is the most important diagram to remember from this entire video.
Triggering the pipeline.
So, how does the pipeline know when to run? Usually it is triggered by an event. For example, a developer pushes code. A pull request is created. A pull request is merged. A release is created. Or a scheduled process runs. For example, a developer pushes code to the main branch. That push triggers the pipeline. The pipeline then begins executing its stages. This means developers don't have to manually tell the system, "Please build my application." The process can happen automatically.
Stage 1. Build.
The first major stage is usually the build. What does building mean? It depends on the technology. For a Java application, the pipeline might compile Java code. For a front-end application, it might generate production-ready JavaScript files. For a Python application, the process may involve installing dependencies and packaging the application. The important idea is source code, build, deployable output. The pipeline takes developer code and produces something that can be tested and eventually deployed.
Stage 2. Automated testing.
Now comes one of the most important parts: testing. A CI/CD pipeline can automatically run different types of tests. Unit tests test small pieces of application logic. Integration tests check whether different components work together. End-to-end tests test the application from the user's perspective. Security tests look for vulnerabilities and security problems. Code quality checks look for bugs, bad practices, or other code quality issues. Imagine a developer accidentally breaks the payment system. The pipeline runs automated tests. A test fails. The pipeline stops. The broken code doesn't move forward. That's the real power of CI. Fail early instead of discovering the problem after production deployment.
What happens when a test fails?
This is an important part of the pipeline. Imagine. Build. Success. Unit tests. Success. Integration tests. Failed. The pipeline can stop at that point. The developer receives a notification. They investigate the problem. They fix the code. They push the change again. The pipeline runs again. This creates a feedback loop. Code. Test. Failure. Fix. Test again. The faster this feedback loop is, the faster developers can deliver reliable software.
Artifacts. What are we deploying?
After the application successfully builds and passes tests, we need something to deploy. That output is often called an artifact. An artifact might be a compiled application, a package, a zip file, a Java JR file, a Python package, a front-end build, or a Docker container image. Think of an artifact as the packaged result of the build. Instead of rebuilding the application differently for every environment, we can create a versioned artifact and promote that artifact through the pipeline. This creates consistency.
Docker in CI/CD.
This is where Docker connects beautifully with CI/CD. Instead of creating a traditional application package, the pipeline can build a Docker image. The workflow becomes developer code, CI pipeline, build Docker image, run tests, push image to container, registry, deploy container. For example, the Docker image could be stored in Docker Hub, Amazon ESR, Azure Container Registry, Google Artifact Registry, or another container registry. This is one reason Docker and CI/CD are so commonly used together.
Deployment environments.
You usually don't want to deploy new code directly to production. Instead, organizations commonly have multiple environments. For example, development, testing, staging, production. The development environment is where developers work. Testing is used for automated or manual validation. Staging tries to closely resemble production. Production is where real users access the application. A CI/CD pipeline can automatically move an application through these environments.
Continuous delivery versus continuous deployment.
Let's return to an important distinction. The pipeline automatically builds, tests, and prepares the application for production. But a human may need to approve the final production deployment. Think automated until the release decision. In continuous deployment, pipeline automatically deploys successful changes to production without requiring manual approval. Think code passes to production. Continuous deployment requires strong automated testing, monitoring, security controls, and confidence in the deployment process.
Rollback.
What happens if the new version reaches production and something goes wrong? You need a rollback strategy. Suppose version 10 is currently running. You deploy version 11. Users suddenly experience errors. The pipeline or deployment system can roll back to version 10. This is one reason versioned artifacts are so important. You want to know what version was deployed, when was it deployed, who deployed it, how can we return to the previous version? A mature CI/CD system doesn't just automate deployment. It also makes recovery easier.
Popular CI/CD tools.
There are many CI/CD platforms. GitHub Actions, built directly into GitHub. GitLab CI/CD, integrated into GitLab. Jenkins, a highly customizable and widely used automation server. Azure DevOps pipelines, popular in Microsoft and Azure environments. AWS Code Pipeline, AWS CI/CD service for building deployment workflows. Circle CI, a cloud-based CI/CD platform. If you understand source, build, test, artifact, deploy, monitor. If you found this crash course helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. For more videos on DevOps, CI/CD, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS, Azure, cloud computing, and technology career roadmaps. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep automating, and I'll see you in the next video.